It is about time. Let's break this mother down with Shizzywhiznut.
An open letter to this 27-page federal faceplant. So you filed a legal brief, and all you got was this glorified Yelp review of due process. Dear idiot. Wow. Truly. Wow. You came into court like a caffeinated legal gremlin, clutching your pearls, muttering about timeliness, futility, and something called prejudice. Not the systemic kind, mind you, just the kind that means, I don't want to be, bless your heart. You stretched that whining into 27 whole pages of what can only be described as procedural kabuki theater, except without the costumes, choreography, or any coherent theme beyond, we don't like being held accountable. Let's get this straight. After months of online theatrics that would make a real housewife blush, complete with live stream panels, dueling microphones, telethons, tantrums, and more deleted videos than a teenager's TikTok draft folder, you're shocked that someone had the audacity to mention your name in a lawsuit. You spent the better part of a year narrating the lawsuit from the sidelines like a Greek chorus of grievance, shouting legal terms you clearly Googled minutes before going live, and now that the plot twist involves you, suddenly it's undue delay and legal ambush? Sir, ma'am, whoever ghost wrote this, you've got more nerve than legal standing. Let's talk structure. This filing reads like the closing arguments of a mock trial hosted in an abandoned Chili's. It opens with dramatic gasps about timing and ends with a whimper about the horrors of being included in a federal lawsuit you seemingly begged to be a part of. I've seen fan fiction crossovers make more narrative sense than this. You cry, bad faith because the plaintiff made videos, really? We're going with, he used his First Amendment rights first, so now we're the real victim's defense. You know that meme of the guy throwing a brick through his own window and then screaming, who did this? That is your entire legal theory here. Except you threw it during a live stream with overlays and a donation link. What's especially charming is the sudden reverence for court deadlines, as if the same crew that missed, dodged, or straight up pretended not to see services now clutching the federal rules like a rosary in a horror movie. You're not here to enforce procedure. You are trying to duck it with the same grace as a toddler caught holding a Sharpie next to a freshly redecorated wall. Oh, and the futility argument? Oh, chef's kiss. Nothing says we're innocent like preemptively arguing that anything said about you must be irrelevant, unprovable, or unworthy of judicial attention. That's not a legal motion. That's a group chat panic attack printed out and filed with a Pacer header. And can we address the real elephant in the room? The outrage that the complaint got attention online. You're mad that people are talking about this lawsuit publicly, but your side built an entire cottage industry around YouTube React videos about the same fucking lawsuit. You're not against publicity, you're just mad that the spotlight moved. Let's be real. This filing isn't a shield, it's a participation trophy for performative defendants who don't want to play anymore. You've been screaming for months, go ahead, sue me, go ahead, sue me. That's not how a normal person acts. Telling the court that you'll show up without a doubt, that you'll be right there as soon as you possibly can. Wait till I bring the proof. I'm going to show them the proof. I'm big and bad. I know what I'm doing. Let's be real. You say you're being retaliated against for criticism. Honey, you didn't write a book review. You launched a multimedia campaign. You coordinated uploads, hyped premieres, flash-sealed exhibits like trading cards at a middle school lunch table, and now you want the court to pretend it's all just you and your opinion against a big bad plaintiff. Respectfully, no. And look, I get it. Federal court isn't TikTok. It's not YouTube. There's no filter to hide behind when the judge asks about your IP address, but don't confuse that panic for legal error. You're not being persecuted, you're being included. You asked to be included. And considering how loud you've been about every twist in this case, being part of the actual lawsuit should feel like the culmination of your greatest freaking wish. So go ahead, cite delay like it's a spelling from the Hogwarts book of frivolous filings. Keep invoking prejudice like you're starring in a courtroom reboot of Mean Girls. Just remember, nobody's fooled, least of all the judge who's probably reading this with one raised eyebrow and a migraine. I know I am. In conclusion, and I say this with all the warmth of someone who has now read your footnotes, this isn't a legal defense, it's a vibe, a confused, frantic, utterly unserious vibe. You can't wrap it in citations and code it with bolded headings, but at the end of the docket, it's still the same song. Please don't make us be defense, we just wanted to make content, not consequences. But alas, the courts are open, accountability has entered the chat. Sincerely, the artard you said who was relevant, sitting here in Velcro shoes with a front row seat, aka Shizzywhiznut, riding in Velcro shoes while riding the short bus to court watch glory. Boom.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzywhiznut.